Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Find the Rank. This is going to be the second episode of Find the Rank that we are doing. I've listened to your guys' feedback and I've implemented a couple of changes to hopefully make this one a little bit better. But I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed the first one, so let's get into the second one and hopefully you guys enjoyed this one as well. In this series, if you don't know what we're doing, I have downloaded 5 random replays. I have not looked at the characters. I have not looked at the stage. I know none of the info except for their ranks. Okay, I only know player 1's rank. I don't know player 2's rank. I only know their ranks. And so our job together collectively is going to be to try to find what rank belongs to what game. I'm going to start by going into game number 1. I'm going to close my eyes so I don't see the game or the rank. And yeah, let's get into it. We good? I think we're good. Game number 1 here. Here are our ranks, by the way. We got Garyu, Flamer, Raijin, Tekken King, and Tekken God. What do we think this is? We're starting out with a lot of aggression. The Brian is being pretty patient, all things considered. The back 1 counter hit. That was a nice float with the down forward 1. My first thought is Raijin. You know, like you see how they're being patient. You see how their offense makes sense. That was a great step. We got the while running 1 punish. It could be Tekken King as well. It's kind of hard to say right now. This is a good first game, though. The little sidestep, the low catches him out. The Lars is being aggressive, right? And that makes it a little bit harder to determine. There's the down forward 1. Nice little low poke. If you guys are thinking Tekken King, I kind of am too. Look at that little timing delay as well. I think we'll have to see more. This is either Raijin or Tekken King. I'm pretty confident about that. Oh, he didn't punish the core circle back 4 though. But he did get it. Going in the round 3 here. Sorry, let me move my mouse out of the way. My bad. Just 3+4s, 3+4s. Definitely nothing lower than right. Yeah, this isn't Flamer or anything. The Brian player would have buckled under the Lars pressure so fast. Nice Oki setup there. Second hit. Didn't get the follow-up, though. Both doing orbitals. Nice duck into the from crouch low as well. Block on the rage shot. There's your punish. Good stuff. All right, Brian's up on the 2 rounds here now. Doesn't punish that, though. See, that's making me think... Oh, my God, Laws is disgusting. That's making me think that this is Raijin and not Tekken King. Rayjaw is a giveaway that's Tekken King. That is... Well, I was about to say maybe that's true, but that's minus 12, not 13. For some reason. Laws also didn't duck the high, notably. But I don't know if they really ducked the high at Tekken King is the thing. This is tough. Nice duck onto the jab again. He's doing that a lot. The counter hit on the 1-2-4 as well. This should kill. Yep. Oh, no, he dropped it. He needs a sidestep there. The Laws might make a comeback. Nice job staying on the ground. The spring kick. Oh, my God. No, this is Tekken King. All right. This is Tekken King. Staying on the ground there and breaking that. This is Tekken King 100%. I'm pretty confident this is, yeah. All right, let's go into game number 2 then. I'm trying to remember how this works so I don't accidentally spoil myself. All right, game number 2 here. Oof. Sorry, this is like... It's taking a lot of mental coordination to make sure that I don't accidentally look at what the ranks are. Forgive me for that. Oh, 1 second. I'm gonna pause the game real quick. I'm gonna adjust the rank so you can see the health. I didn't realize they were covering them in the last game. My bad. I'm gonna try to make this even here. There we go. Okay, that should be good. All right. Back to 2. That's minus 14. No pun. This is definitely one of the lower ranked games. 4-4-4-4. Yep, more counter hit there. The while running into frame trap. 4-4-4-4 again. I mean, this is either Garyu or Flame Ruler. Easily. You're thinking Garyu. I'm kind of thinking it's Flame Ruler, actually. But again, this is one of those where we might have to look at the other games. Because I definitely see Huarongs in Flame Ruler who do this 4-4-4 thing a lot. And they both know what they're doing with the character. The Huarong did try breaking the throw. They're just not punishing anything. Also, the June is purple. I mean, the June blocked that. I think this is Flame Ruler. Fuck, this could also be Raijin. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. That's crazy. If this is Flame Ruler, I hope I run into him. I actually do think that there's a distinct possibility. Good God. There's the 1-1, and we just whiffed it. My best guess is that it's Flame Ruler. I think that's a fair guess based on how they're playing. Like, they know the game well enough. They know what they're doing. They're just kind of doing normal Flame Ruler things. And they're not punishing anything. They're not very good at defense, but that's pretty typical at these ranks. Like, they're not wildly hitting buttons, you know? They have a strategy behind what they're doing. I thought the unblockable was just a misinput. Nope. Person Dread rank, I mean, a lot of Huarongs mashing 4-4-4-4. They all do. Because no one ducks it. I've seen Huarongs at blue ranks that do that and guess the rank. It is tough, though. That's a crazy combo right there. I don't know what to say about that. There's the 1+2. Running 3. Go over the low. The June's going to win here. Yeah, she's got it. Yeah. Okay. Just need to get out of there before, in case there was a rank up. Yeah, I mean, my guess is Flame Ruler. And really what this comes down to is what game the Raijin game is. You know what I mean? I guess a question I have is, if one of these two games had to be Raijin, which one would it be? I actually think this one. I actually think it would be this one. So that makes me lean more towards game 1 being Tekken King. Here we go. Same stage again. We got an Anna versus, or sorry, that's Nina versus Yoshi. Okay. This is immediately making me think this is the Tekken God game. Yeah. Oh! Is this the Raijin game? Nice. Okay. Oh, this is getting difficult. Nice whiff punish. This could be the Tekken King game. Oh no, why did he do that? Hop kick always wins. This one is either Tekken King or Tekken God. Which means game 1. Wow, he ducked that. No, this is Tekken. No, he's not punishing that, though. I think this is Tekken King. You think this is Tekken God? I don't think so. He didn't punish. It's -17. He's just hop kicking. I don't think this is Tekken God. Wrong punish on that. So Brian was... No, I'm thinking the Brian one might have been Raijin. This one is Raijin. It might be, actually. Yeah, he's not doing any of the follow-ups. This hop kick again. No, maybe you're right. Maybe this is Raijin. Okay. Yeah, I think this Yoshi's just doing things. They're both just doing things. They were good at the beginning, but now, like, look at... No. I think this might actually be Flame Ruler. And game 2 was the Garyu game. I don't even know if this is Raijin. Oh my god. Didn't get the combo though. I mean, no. This is really tough. Yoshi's always hard to guess. It's true. They have the sidewalking. He ducked under that. I'm gonna tentatively say for now this is the Raijin game. But it's really tough. That was a quick 3-0. No! She promoted! God damn it. Well, if you didn't see it, then you're still free to guess. I said what my guess was before seeing that. I said I thought it was Raijin. So I'm locking that in. Raijin and above for sure. It's a really tough one. I think it's either Flame Ruler or Raijin. God damn it, man. I don't have my hotkey set up either. You guys didn't see it? Okay, if you didn't, I'm not going to say what it was. I did see it. Full transparency. So my guess before the game ended, which was Raijin, that's locked in. I'm not changing it because I know. If it was Flame Ruler, then it's Flame Ruler whatever. I'm wrong. Game number 4 here. Leroy versus Reina. Immediately going for the low. There's the 1+2. Into immediate heat smash. And then just using the cane. All in one thing. Quick little counter hit. 1-2-1. I think this is another one where I'm thinking it's Flame Ruler or Raijin. Ooh, empty Sentai though. That's also interesting. Going for Oki, I guess? 1-1-2. No. Yeah, this is... She did Power Crush. She knows that. No, this is either Raijin or Flame Ruler. 1-1-2. There's the 1-2. There's some quick jabs. 1-1. Nice low. I mean, the small Tekken game is going good. Tekken God. No, this is not Tekken God. No way. Think this is Flame Ruler? I think if I wasn't locked into the last game, I would actually say this is probably Raijin. But I think this is either Raijin or Flame Ruler. I'm changing my guess on game 2 that it is the Garyu game. I'm pretty confident now game 2, the Hwarong and whoever else it was, June, is the Garyu game. Look at all this small Tekken being played. This is definitely worse than the Brian and Lars though, right? Like that's the thing that's going to differentiate Tekken King from this, and the Brian and Lars game was definitely better than this. Power Crush. Could be Garyu. I don't think it is. I think they're playing with a little bit too much purpose for it to be the Garyu game. I mean, look at that dick jab. And the down forward 2 launcher off of that. Yeah. Nah, this is Tekken King, but barely came out of Raijin. I don't think so. The Leroy just won. I forgot to switch scenes. I didn't realize that the Leroy won so quickly. Yeah, like, I don't know, actually. I think after seeing all of that, I don't know. It's either Raijin or Flame Ruler. Again, I'm locked in, so I'm going to say Flame Ruler, and that should mean our last game is the Tekken God game. I saw Flame Ruler on Quick Match, saw a Leroy like that, so it must be Flame Ruler. I think it makes the most sense. The Huarun game was definitely the Garyu game, so this has to be Flame Ruler. So this last game should then be Tekken King. So watch this next game be the Garyu game, and then we're all confused. If this is the Garyu game, then here's my thoughts. Game 1 with the Brian-in-laws was the God game. Shit, no, that wouldn't make any sense though, because then that would mean that like Game 3 was Tekken King, which just doesn't make any sense to me. All right, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. If this is not the Tekken God game or Tekken King, if it's Tekken King as well, then I can definitely see Game 1 being Tekken God. But if this is the Garyu game, I don't know what I'm going to do. It has to be the Tekken God one. I feel pretty confident in my guesses so far. All right, last one, game number 5. Making an assumption that even high-ranked players don't play like scrubs sometimes. No, I don't think I am. Okay, the Asuka's on a promo, but we won't see it because she's player 2, which is good. She did not break that correctly. Oh no. This is, guys, this is not the Tekken God game. Guys, this isn't the Tekken God game. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, wait. Wait a second. What is this? I'm a dragon. She doesn't know the break for that. Oh no. Which one's the Tekken God then? What? There's a little low poke. Oh my god, we're just whiffing. That was a good whiff punish. I think this could be the Tekken King game. I don't think this is Raijin. I think that the Asuka ducking stuff and the whiff punishment has been good enough. It's not Raijin. Oh no. This Asuka is playing weird. I think that the Law is just the better player here. Okay, that was a counter hit. Nice down jab. Good getting out of the pressure. No duck on that high though. Sidestep 2. Okay, we punished the mid power crush. That's minus 13. We tried to punish it. That's minus 12. We're not punishing it. Guys, I think this might be the Tekken King game. Oh, this is really tough. She's just not. Wow, man. That's... Okay, we're good. Wow. I don't think that we have a definitive Tekken God game. That's crazy. I feel confident about the Garyu, Flame Ruler, and Raijin game. It looks like a regular Law. It does. This is Garyu. This is not Garyu. I'll tell you that. I don't even think it's Raijin. But really, I think it's either this or the Game 1 Brian and Lars is the Tekken God or Tekken King game. I think... No, man. I think this might be Tekken God, actually. This is really tough. The Brian one was Tekken God, so far the best game. I think, you know what I think? I think that the Asuka just played badly. I think this is Tekken God. Still thinking about the Leroy versus Brian from the other week. I'm so sorry you had to witness that. Hi, scratching away. If this is the case, then the Brian laws must be Tekken God. This is really tough. I'm confident that one of the two is Tekken King and Tekken God. But which one? I think this is the Tekken God game. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a bet. I'm not going to change my case. I think this one's the Tekken God game. And the reason why is because I think that the Law had better punishment. I think the Law had better whiff punishment. I think the Law did a better job of abusing what the Oscar was doing wrong, and I think that the Oscar was just a poor player in this game. That's what I think. Game 4 was Tekken King. That would be a hell of a twist. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this game and the bride-in-law's game for last, because I think that's the biggest point of contention here. I think that the other 3 games, we have a pretty good guess on. I think that we have a good idea of what they're going to be. So I am going to start with the rank of game 2. Here we go. Is this game number 2? Junin Huarong? Was this game number 3? No, this is game number 2. Okay. Again, this is really difficult to get right. So this one, I predicted initially that was Flame Ruler. But the Huarong just doing 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 the entire time. And looking at the games, I think this is Garyu. I think it's very possible, though, that it's Flame Ruler. But I think that the Flame Ruler game was better than this. And because of that, I think it's more likely that this is a lower rank game. So, Huarong using 444 is definitely Garyu. You would be very surprised. So let's see. What is game number 2? Show me what's behind the box. Okay, it's the Garyu game. All right, we got that one right. Thank God. Yeah, I mean, this is what I was thinking about this before as well. I think that when you have this game very early on, it could be a lot of things, right? I think it's very likely that it could be Flame Ruler. This is even the game that could be Fujin, I think. A lot of things in these ranks kind of blend together because, you know, people between red ranks and blue ranks all have similar strengths and weaknesses. It's just what ones they exhibit and how many that they do. And it really kind of narrowed down to Garyu based on the other games, right? So, yeah, I'm not too surprised by this. I think it was pretty apparent. Let's now look. Oops. I get a heart attack every time I hit a button because I don't want to accidentally screw something up. Let's go now to game number 3. Game number 3 here. The Nina and Yoshi players. This is the one I saw because the Nina was on a promo and she promoed and I didn't have my hotkey set. Before the game ended, I was locked into Raijin, and after looking through all of these, I think I would have stuck with Raijin. I think that the Flame Ruler game is definitely a contender to be the Raijin game, but I think that, especially because at the beginning I was thinking like this could be the Tekken King game or something, that this was Raijin. I said Raijin on this tune, I still think, yeah. And I will tell you, I don't have to show the rank, I will tell you because I know this was the Raijin game. So, thank God that I wasn't, it wasn't like a shocker with what this rank was, and it was pretty obvious because if this was like the Tekken God game or something, that would have really sucked for this entire episode. So, thank God for that. Manswell lost his mind. This was higher than Red Purple rank. Yeah, it's true. And so I'm glad that even though I got spoiled by accident because of the shitty promo thing in the ranked replays, that it was a pretty obvious one. So we're all good on that. You thought this was Tekken God. I'm sorry, man. I kind of thought in the first couple seconds of the first round that it was, but as it progressed, it was like, they're really not punishing things right, and the defense is subpar, and Shit. Last game was Flame Ruler, wasn't it? Well, so I forgot to actually take these out as we see them here. But we've seen that game. We've seen that game. So we have Flame Roller, Tekken King, and Tekken God remaining. So let's move on then. And let's take a look at game number 4. With Flame Roller being the only lower rank left, I think it's pretty obvious that this is going to be Flame Roller, the Leroy, and the Reina. Now, I think that they were doing some good things. I think they were playing okay. Oh my god, I forgot to turn off the fucking HUD. But it is Flame Roller. God damn it. No suspense. My bad. I'm sorry. There's so many things I have to juggle and I'm getting overloaded. But it was Flame Roller. There was no suspense, but let's be honest, there was gonna be no suspense in this anyway. I think that the Leroy and Reina were doing some things that were pretty good. They were doing things that made sense, and it made me take a second and think, is this Raijin? But I think that they were just making too many mistakes overall for it to have been Raijin or anything higher than Flame Roller. And I think it was really, well, I mean, like I said, I think that this was one of the contenders for Raijin. I didn't think it was Garyu, and this is what ultimately pushed the Hwoarang and June game down the Garyu, but I think it's a pretty solid Flame Roller game. So, yeah, no issues with that whatsoever. Let me actually turn off the HUD, and now we'll get to the one that really matters. So far, I'm 3 for 3. It seems like most of you in the chat are 3 for 3 as well. So let's go back to the replays here. And let's look at game number 5. Now, game number 5 is going to determine everything. So, 2 ranks left. This Tekken King and this Tekken God. And it's really tough between this and the Brian game. What one's Tekken King and what one's Tekken God. I think that the law played well enough that I think that the law is Tekken God. And I think that the Asuka is a Tekken Emperor on a promo to Tekken God, or the law deranked them and now they're back on their promo if they beat the law in game 2. That's what I think. I think that with the Brian and Lars game, while I think that both of them collectively played better, I think that between all 4 players in these 2 games, the law player is the best player of all of them. And so that's what makes me think that this is the Tekken God game. But if it's Tekken King, I'm not going to be too surprised. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, your game number 5, and therefore your game number 1, is... God, I want this to be Tekken God. I want to get 5 out of 5, man. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! 5 out of 5! Oh, it feels good. Oh, and the Asuka was actually on a promo to TGS off of this. My God. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this round of Find the Rank. We have found all of the ranks. Game number 1 was Tekken King. Game number 2 was Garyu. Game number 3, Raijin. Game number 4, Flame Roller. Game number 5, Tekken God. Oh boy, that was woof. GG Sab, GG to me. Rigged. Game number 3 was kind of rigged because I did see the rank, but that wouldn't have changed my guess on any of them. And I don't think that's hard to see. I got 4 out of 5. Hey, 4 out of 5 isn't bad. But there you go, everyone. That is this rendition of Find the Rank. Hope you all like this. Still trying to find out the format, and again, there's a lot going on, so it's a little bit stressful trying to juggle everything, make sure I get everything right, don't accidentally spoil myself or anyone else when looking at these games because of like how it's structured. So apologies if this was all over the place. It's gonna take a couple of times before I like get it down and can do everything a little bit seamlessly. But I hope you enjoyed this regardless. And hey, if you want to see more content like this, click right above me. There is more content just like this on this channel. And if you want to see some guides and tutorials and stuff from the main channel, click on over there. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.